Get a restricted license after a DUI conviction. Driving under the influence of alcohol is a very serious offense that should not be taken lightly. Once you are apprehended, your license will be suspended and you will not be able to drive for a specified length of time. However, with the proper timing and the submission of the required documents, you may be able to apply for a restricted license to enable you to drive to work or to school. Do note that state laws on DUI conviction varies, therefore you need to contact a lawyer to get the right information on how to go about your appeal. Take a look at the steps below on how to get a restricted license after a DUI conviction. Subject to your citation, you may be able to get a temporary license. But you need to act fast. After your DUI arrest, the arresting officer may punch your license, turning it into a temporary license. You need to contact the local DMV office immediately if your license has been confiscated to lodge your appeal to be issued a temporary license and pay the fine. In California, the fine can currently be anywhere from $390 to $1,000 plus other fines subject to the seriousness of the first offense. You only have 30 days to have your case heard in court. Do not miss the hearing or your license may be suspended longer or even revoked. Contact a lawyer who specializes in DUI cases to represent you. In California, if this is your first offense and you are carrying a Class C license or an ordinary license and you chose not to have a court hearing or you lost in the hearing, you can expect to have your license suspended for 120 days. After the first 30 days of your suspension has been served, you can apply for a restricted license if you need to drive to and from work or school and to attend classes in a DUI program. To qualify for a restricted license, you have to submit proof of enrollment in a DUI program, get insurance, and present the SR-22 form as proof, taking note of the length of time before the insurance company will be able to issue the form to you or directly to the DMV. You also need to pay the license reissuance fee. Check with your local DMV office for the current rates. Remember that the issuance of a temporary license does not mean that your license suspension has been lifted. You still have to observe the full length, or 90 more days of your suspension, and you are only allowed to drive to and from school or work and to attend classes in any of the DUI programs, which can last for 3 to 6 months for first offenders. The DUI program for a second offender can last up to 18 months. Observe all the restrictions imposed on your conviction. In some states and counties you may be able to work off some of the fees or the costs that you will incur to pay the fines by doing community work. Check if this option is possible in your community. Some states require that your vehicle be installed with an ignition interlock device as a requirement for the issuance of a restricted license. It is a mechanism that is installed in the dashboard of your car that works like a breath analyzer. You will be required to breathe into it so that the device can measure your breath alcohol level. If it is beyond the required limit, usually from 0.02% to 0.04%, your car ignition will lock and you will not be able to drive. When you think that there will be a possibility of you drinking one too many, make sure that you have a non-drinking friend with you who will be able to take you home or call a designated driver service so that someone can drive your car and take you home safely. The amount you will pay for the service is very minimal compared to the loss of your license, which can either be for a year or for life. Heed the warning: don't drink and drive.